Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another video number 81, talking about the 10 unwholesome actions that one can perform according to the teachings of the Buddha. This video is about the 8th action that you can perform, and this is to do with the mind. And this action is, of course, greed. Or actually, the Buddha said it is covetousness. So covetousness is very coarse action. It's maybe one of the worst mental actions that you can perform because it deals with the wrong view. So to define covetousness is like you look at someone's life and you see that that person has something that you want, but you don't want to go out and get it for yourself. You want that person's thing. That, of course, is very coarse because you have to be delusional enough to not understand that there's an abundance of life, or to life. There's abundance to life. And there is creative energy flowing through you and all around you. And the universe is friendly to your plans. So all you have to do is think about what you want, be inspired by that person's object, and then go out and either get it or find something new, even better, or change your mental belief and not want that thing to begin with in the first place. So that's what covetousness is. But of course, most people don't do this. Most people, when they see something that another person has, they usually go and take it from them, steal it. And that, of course, is very, very, very bad. Covetousness here also is subdivided into greed. This is also a term for greed. So why you shouldn't be greedy, that's actually what I should have started with this video. Why you shouldn't be greedy. You see, there's no real problem with the greed. Something that I've heard Sadhguru talk about is that yogis are not against pleasures. Yogis are against small pleasures. So a small pleasure is like, eating a hamburger, or winning lottery, or having sexual intercourse, or things along that nature. Those are small pleasures. Large pleasures is when you realize your ultimate nature, the true nature of reality, and every cell in your being is in ecstasy. That's large pleasure. And you wouldn't forego the large pleasure to go out and seek a hamburger, or, strive out there in the world, or do whatever. Or sacrifice your inner stability or peace of mind, even though you can't. So, coming back to greed. Greed is a lack of understanding that, it comes back to pleasure. So people only do things because they're either pleasurable, they're moving towards pleasure, or they're moving away from pain. That's the only reason why they do things. And so people are greedy because they lack the understanding that there's something better for them than to go out and be greedy with money, or to conquer worlds, or conquer businesses, or be in the corporate world and ruin people's lives financially that way. If they truly saw the nature themselves, they would not do those things. Of course, that doesn't mean that financially there's something wrong with going out and acquiring things. Nothing wrong with that. But the mental state behind what you do is what's important. It's the most important thing. So I want you now to visualize a greedy person, or a caricature of a greedy person, very greedy person. Right? That's kind of what you're turning into. That is what your body is going to look like in a subtle way if you go out and do this thing. Or you can, imagine someone like, there's this famous person that profits from the collapse of countries. Maybe you can, figure out who it is. I don't want to mention his name. So greed, why you shouldn't be greedy. These are one of the 3 defilements of what the Buddha called as the hindrance of the human life and hindrance to enlightenment. It's greed, hatred, and delusion. That is what we're going to talk about in the following videos. More about greed. If you die having unfulfilled your mental plans, or I should say, if you haven't spiritually progressed in any way in your physical life, and you have just all you've known is the sensual pleasures of life, and going out and being greedy and acquiring all these resources in that state of mind, the Buddha said a person like this dies and becomes a hungry ghost. That's a technical term for this, hungry ghost. What it means to say is that once the physical body is shed, your astral form, so to speak, for a lack of a better word, I don't really know what to call it, but that spiritual body still stays on the earth, on the ground, and you don't know how to transition to the next destination. And all you've known that the strongest tendency in your body is to seek pleasure or seek the physical things that you've been acquiring in life. And that's exactly what you do. So you just wander the earth, and the visual representation of a hungry ghost is a being with a very long neck, very small mouth, but a huge stomach. So the appetite of this creature is immense, but it cannot feed itself because of its small mouth. So this is just a caricature. This is just imagery. That's not how it is. But these beings do wander the planet, the earth, and they're trying to seek some kind of closure, or some kind of comfort, or some kind of resolution to their seek for sensual pleasures. So don't be greedy. Don't be a hungry ghost. If you're out there in the world and pursuing these financial and physical things, you have to be wise enough to give away at least 10%, I would say, towards a charitable organization. My recommendation, the best charitable organization that you can give on this planet Earth, currently today alive, is the Isha Foundation. There is nothing that is going to benefit you more, or nothing that is going to benefit the humanity more, than giving to this charitable organization. So it's very, very wise. Again, if you're in the corporate structure, if you're watching me and you're thinking, oh, I'm in this situation, you have to give. You have to give back. And trust me, that money will come back to you. If you give 10% to the, if you're making, I don't know, $400,000, $500,000 a month, and you think you still don't have enough, and if you give 10% of your earnings to the Isha Foundation, or let's say a charitable organization of your choice, although I don't recommend you give to anyone else, because this man is doing the most good for this planet. There's no one better that you can give to. Then this will return to you in a strong way. Not to say that you're gonna, get a check in the mail for $1 million or $1,000. Probably not. Maybe. But the mental action of that sort will impact you, impact your psychology, and you just have to see this for yourself. You just have to experiment this. I guarantee you, I promise you, you will get back the benefits. That's it for this video. Stay tuned for the following video. Actually, I'm just enjoying my time here on this hammock in this hotel that I'm in. So yes, that's it. All right, have a good day.